For a full list of tools required, as well as a step-by-step illustrated outline of the installation step, please refer to the printed instruction book included in the product box or available online for download. We'll start by cutting the ceiling hole. First, determine where you want to install the skylight tube inside the house. Then, from inside the attic, clear out the insulation in the desired location. Measure the space between the joists to ensure you have the required diameter space for your installation. Please consult your specific product specifications to determine the size of the ceiling lens and the diameter required. Drill a pilot hole through the ceiling centered above where you want your skylight tube ceiling diffuser lens installation. Use the included template for marking the ceiling hole diameter, or use the inside of the ceiling frame to mark the diameter. Begin cutting the circle with a drywall saw. As you get to the end, hold on to the nail or the drywall to brace it for removal. While a drywall saw is recommended, a reciprocating saw may also be used. To install the ceiling frame, insert the ceiling frame into the new ceiling hole. Use a drywall saw to enlarge the hole if necessary. Attach the frame with the included 2-inch ceiling frame screws, securing them through the drywall and into the included plastic lugs. The plastic lugs are placed on the top side of the ceiling. Fasten the screws through the holes in the ceiling frame and through the ceiling and into the white plastic lugs. The lugs will secure the frame to the ceiling as they are tightened. From inside the attic, locate the desired position for the flashing and dome opening. Refer to the printed instructions for your specific skylight tube product to determine the required size of the roof opening. A space directly above the ceiling opening is optimal, but this position can vary depending on your particular attic conditions. For optimal light transmission, keep bends to a minimum and do not bend the flex tube to more than a 45-degree angle. Drive a 2-inch deck screw through the roof or drill a hole and insert a pencil or other type of marker so it shows on the outside of the roof surface. From on the roof, locate your marker and measure 1/2 the diameter of your roof dome from the center nail, and repeat this at 90 and 45-degree angles to achieve a circular pattern, or use the circular template if provided. Consult your product instructions or specifications to determine the required diameter of the roof hole. Complete drawing the circle with chalk. Using a 1/2-inch drill bit, drill a pilot hole on the edge of the drawn circle and fit the saw blade through the pilot hole, or use the hole originally drilled when first marking the location in the attic. Start cutting the circle with the reciprocating saw. As you reach the end of the cut, secure the roof material by holding on to the exposed screw, or otherwise securing the roof material so it won't fall into the attic space. Remove and discard the unused roof material. Remove or loosen the surrounding shingles with a pry bar, making sure to remove enough shingles to allow the upper 2/3 of the flashing to make direct contact with the sheathing and roof underlayment. Save any shingles you remove for reinstallation later. Slide the flashing underneath the topmost row of shingles and line up the bottom of the flashing with the shingle line. Connect the flex tube to the skylight tube flashing by sliding the tabs, located inside the roof dome, into the slots on the top of the flexible tube. Drop the flex tube into the roof opening. Then, set the flashing assembly into position and make note of the outer footprint, or mark with chalk. Remove the protective blue tape to complete the on-roof portion of the installation. Back in the house, reach through the ceiling frame and pull the flex tube through into the room. Continue pulling until the tube is tight. Cut the flex tube level with the bottom of the ceiling frame and discard the excess tube material. Secure the internal ceiling lens ring by placing it into the ceiling hole, holding the flexible tube in place. Then, use the included screws to securely attach the ceiling lens ring in place. To complete the installation, attach the ceiling lens to the frame. The embedded magnets in the frame will allow the lens to attach automatically. Simply line up the magnets and the ceiling lens will snap into place. To enable the passive ventilation option, first remove the ceiling lens. Then install the included spacer magnets to either the ceiling lens or ceiling frame and reattach the ceiling lens. The magnets will create a gap in the edges of the ceiling lens and allow for passive ventilation through the tube and up to the roof dome. On the roof dome, first, remove the pre-installed tabs from each of the 4 corners surrounding the dome opening by pulling down on the tab with either your fingers or with pliers. Then, install the 4 included ventilation tabs into the dome by snapping them into place. Be sure to configure the combination of full vent and half vent tabs as shown. To disable the ventilation option at any time, simply remove the spacer magnets in the ceiling lens to create a sealed, energy-efficient, daylight-only skylight tube. The ventilation tabs may continue to stay in place on the roof dome. To install the optional light kit accessory, first remove the ceiling lens. Then, locate a location in the flex tube directly above the mounting screws and cut a hole through the tube for the wiring to feed through. Next, remove the mounting screws from the ceiling frame and feed the light kit wire through the hole in the flex tube. Push the metal extender through the hole in the flex tube and using the pre-drilled holes in the ceiling frame and the screws you already removed, secure the light kit tightly to the ceiling frame. From there, simply add a light bulb and replace the ceiling lens to complete the installation. Consult a professional electrician to complete the electrical wiring of the light kit to house power from within your attic.